Are you serious? I have to work with her? She look like she don't want to do no work. I gotta work with him. I don't even know him. I don't even like him. I hate groups. Tell me your best time working in a group, comment below, and tell me your worst time working in a group below. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you are enjoying your day thus far. My name is Melanie and you are watching Core Inspirations, a channel designed with social work students and professionals in mind. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that's the only way that we're going to grow our social work tribe. And share this video. But today we're going to talk about working in groups. Don't you love it? Don't you just love to work in groups and work with people you don't know? Don't care to know? Don't want to know? I don't want to work with you. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Why are you here? I don't feel like being bothered. These are some of the thoughts that you may have thought in regard to working in groups. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to give you 8 tips today. 8 tips today that will hopefully help you to ease your mind in regards to working in groups. Working in groups is not always the easiest thing to do. I'm not going to say that it's something that I most love to do, but it's something that I really have grown in, and I always try to reflect upon how I could have worked better or did this better or did that better. So it's something I feel like it's a progressive thing that you work towards. But if you are a social worker, get used to it. Really get used to it because this is what we do. This is what we do. We work with numerous of people. We broker, we link services, we talk to other people in the field, other helping professionals. We link clients to community resources. We research, and we always are working with different people within different professions for the resolve to some of the problems and needs and concerns of our clients or the agencies that we work for. We're trying to come to a resolve regarding the agency's goals. So just know that working in groups is not going anywhere. Working in groups is not going anywhere, but it's okay. Number 1, think positive. Really be positive about it. Working in groups is not something that you always naturally feel just bubbly to do. I mean, you don't always initially feel bubbly about doing, but really come with a positive mind frame just to realize and know that this is something that's required of me to do. It's a part of the requirement of my assignment. It's going to be required of me in the near future for, different assignments that we have to, do within a professional world. Some people have work experience. Some people have limited work experience. Some people have no work experience. So this is time for you to grow your skill sets regardless of where level you are at within your work experience. So yeah, being positive, I really feel like it automatically sets you up for at least initially coming in with an open mind. Being positive to know that everyone may be feeling the same way as you. Everyone isn't really all excited about working in groups because the thing is you can't really dictate what other people are going to do. You can't estimate it. You can't, determine or guesstimate what someone's going to do. And everybody has their own form and format of how to get work done. Everybody has different qualities and everybody's quality is different, and what they deem as quality is different for different people. So there's different things you have to negotiate. You have to know when to step up and when not to. But I'll definitely say having a positive mind frame and being open to what you're going to learn from your different group members is something that I feel like you need to have initially going into doing any group assignment. First, you need to be positive and have an open mind that, you know what, I may not necessarily want to do this, but I'm anticipating what I'm going to learn from this. Okay? Deciding upon what you're going to do for contact information. So initially, a lot of times when you first get in that assignment, you're really more focused on, okay, what does the assignment detail? What do I have to do? What do you have to do? You definitely want to start off with finding out what's your email address. what's your contact information, because you want to be able to leave and having some type of form of contact with that person or persons that you're working with within your group, so that everyone can follow up with different parts. Sometimes it's beneficial that I found through my own personal experience. In addition to maybe other groups and other group meetings that you may have, like for your whole cohort, having individual group meetings in regards to like each group that you work with is definitely beneficial. So if this is a particular like advanced practice and you have a group within that in that class and you have a group assignment, go ahead and set up a group meeting with everyone in that particular class for that class group project. Because what it is that now you have one just specified for group members that you can communicate and talk with on a regular basis, especially depending on the length of the assignment. So definitely don't forget that sometimes you definitely need to be as proactive as you can in regarding to connecting with people, because what you want to do is increase the ability to communicate. Just in case anything happens, anything hiccups, like everyone needs to be, it increases that communication, and it also increases for people to be held accountable, so that you can be held accountable and that everyone else can be held accountable as well. Okay, don't forget that. Number 3. So now that you've already, initially came into it thinking positive, and now that you've already established a form of contact which you guys are going to use, the next step is to discuss the outlines of the project. So detail it. Look at the syllabus. You're looking at what the details and all of the components of the assignment includes. And then I would definitely also tell you to look at the, goodness, what is the name of that thing called? Not the syllabus, the rubric. To be able to see how the assignment is going to be graded. And you're going to look at that assignment, and depending on how many people is in your group, you can divide up what sections or parts that you're going to do. And I definitely would say, most people would pick something that they're comfortable with doing. And if that's the case, I say go with that. I say go with that. But I would definitely say this too, because a lot of times when you really get to groups of like 4 or more, and like you get to like 5 or 6 or 7 groups, some of the tasks can overlap. So even if you have like one section, if it's a big section, you can take that big section and divide that amongst 2 different people. So make sure that when you're dividing up the different tasks of the assignment, that each person is getting a part of what the assignment details, okay? Because what you don't want is that this person has this part of it, this person has that part of it, and it's the same part. And then you have it overlapping, so you don't want that to overlap, and you want to kind of work those things out. And if you know that ahead of time, then that may work. It may take some time to kind of establish that. But I definitely would say making sure that you talk with one another to discuss which portions of the assignment each person will do. Tip number 4. So the next tip is to plan ahead. What are the time frames of when the first draft is going to be completed? So if you all are working on the parts individually, you need to be establishing a time frame where everybody can compile their work together. And then some people may decide that they want a first draft, a second draft, and some people may feel like you don't have time for all of that. They're going to take their parts and they're going to decide, hey, I'm going to have my parts done by X and Y date. And other people may say, well, this is the time, we'll give each other X amount of days. And everybody's going to be responsible for submitting their information to Google Docs. So the next step I would just say would be, this is kind of like a 2-in-1, would be establishing a time frame for you to submit all of your work. So you're going to be working individually, but on your own sections, but everybody needs to find out a time where they're going to compile all of their work together. And then another thing I would say too, a lot of times using Google Docs also helps, because people can actually view it at any time, any place, anywhere. And that's really a good thing. You may not want to finish it and submit it in Google Docs, because sometimes the formatting can be a little off. But it is a good place where everybody can like submit their draft copies in, or the portions that they worked on. And then after everyone has it, then whoever may be selected to submit the final drafts or to do the last edits and submit the assignment can go ahead and go to Word and finalize the paper or whatever your project may be. But those are definitely something that was beneficial. Finding a place that everyone can go to put their information in, and then definitely confirm what date you're going to have. And sometimes you even need to have a time requirement in regards to, hey, I'm going to do it this time. We're going to decide on this day, and this time, this is the time that you need to have all the information by. So that definitely helps. And the next tip, resolve any issues that you can within the group dynamics amongst yourselves if you can help it. If there's anything that's coming up in the group, if you have any people that are saying they're going to do something and are not following through and doing it, if people are not, upholding to the established time frames and dates that the whole entire group has came up with, and you feel like a person or persons are not really working together, or people are making little mini groups within a group, like some people are agreeing upon one thing when they're together with you and then going back amongst themselves and then deciding to get something else and then switching all the dynamics. Or you have some people that want to lead and then not, follow. And then you have some people, it's so many different group dynamics. And if you feel that they're becoming problematic, I definitely would tell you I definitely would suggest that you first try to resolve it within the group. Just have, some real heart-to-heart conversations. Just have some upfront conversations, always in a respectful manner, and just letting people know that, hey, this is what I see that's happening, and I want to know what we can do to fix it. Because at the end of the day, you all are responsible for the assignment. At all costs, see what you can do to resolve it within the group. But if that doesn't work, hopefully that's not your case, that leads you to my next step. You very well may have to go to your professor and just let them know you've already had a situation within your group dynamics that you can't seem to resolve. You've already attempted to, but it's not coming to a resolve. And hopefully you have did this within a timely manner and it's not last minute. Hopefully that the persons that's in the group causing or creating issues haven't did it towards the last minute and the group assignment is almost required and almost due. But if you have to, sometimes you have to, depends on what the situation is. But I definitely would see what you can do about consulting with your professor, letting them know and making them aware of your situation so that they can intervene and assist where you felt like you couldn't no longer do on your own, okay? And the last and final tip that I would give you is submit quality work. Submit your work. You all have worked so hard. You worked hard, they worked hard, and now it's time for you to do your presentation. And sometimes you can kind of get nervous about certain things, but I just say own it. You worked hard for it. You worked hard at it. So just go with it. Go with it. Be prepared. Some people are natural speakers more than others. Some people have to have note cards. I say do what's most comfortable for you, and just know that you put your work and time and effort in, and that it definitely will come across when you're presenting it. So hopefully these tips were definitely helpful to you. But this is what I want to do. Tell me your best time working in a group, comment below, and tell me your worst time working in a group below. I would love to hear those different stories about group work, because so many people have so many horrific, issues. But even if you have tips, if you have personal tips that you would like to share, you definitely can do that. Comment below if you have any additional tips or things that you have learned from working in groups. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.